Have you ever heard the term, life just isn't fair? Well, back in 2004, 2003, that's what I thought. I thought to myself, why us? Why my wife and I? Why can't we have this? We want it so badly. Everybody else, our friends, our family, all had kids. But for some reason, God said, you know what? You guys aren't meant to have kids. Or at least that's what we thought. And this is my story. Hi, my name is Jamie Paradis. I'm from Miami, Florida, and this is my story. I met my wife in 1998, in a nightclub. I like to say restaurant, but it was really a nightclub, yeah, on South Beach. We got to know each other. We moved in, and about a year and a half, 2 years later, we got married. And we waited a while in terms of having kids. And when we finally decided we wanted to have kids, we came to a pretty awful realization in that she couldn't get pregnant. Up until that point, I never heard of any couples really having difficulties trying to conceive. Obviously, once it happened to us, I started reading and researching and finding out that it is somewhat common, but at least in our family and friends, no one had any difficulties in the past. And so this was very frustrating. The situation was not comfortable for many reasons. For the next probably year to 2 years, sexually, in terms of trying to basically have sexual intercourse to conceive. So that put a little bit of a barrier on our marriage, on our relationship, should I say, until finally we decided that we wanted to seek professional help. Like many couples nowadays, they go to doctors. We tried initially in vitro. We tried, I believe it was 2 sessions of in vitro, and unfortunately that didn't work. And finally we decided, okay, let's try artificial insemination. And we found that finally the eggs took. In 2006, we were finally able to have our first child, and it was incredible. We actually found out with my in-laws. We were at a restaurant having sushi, I'll never forget, and we got the call from the clinic. And the clinic, the woman, we had her on speaker. The woman said, we have some very good news. And at that point, just when she said we had good news, pretty much my wife and I both started crying. She went on to say that it's official, that you are pregnant, and that from then on, obviously we have a beautiful, healthy, we had a beautiful, healthy boy who is now 6 years old. And it was amazing. It was one of the happiest moments in my life that I can really recall being just utterly joyful. Tears were flowing. It had been a long time since I'd actually cried for joy. And it was hard up until that point, because you never know. Some couples are fortunate. They can conceive very quickly with medical assistance. We didn't have that luck, but at the end, everything turned out, and for that, I'm very happy. So that is my story. I hope you felt the emotion that I was trying to convey. Thanks.